Hello and welcome back to Orwell Chapter 5, Under the Spreading Chestnut Tree. Good morning, investigator. Hello, Catherine. You're not Symes. Since you have the most powerful investigative tool at your disposal, I suspect you already know who I am. Yes, you're the Secretary of Defense or whatever. You, on the other hand, have been a hard-working investigator so far. You are proving Orwell is working as intended. I will be your new advisor on this case. This has become far too important to leave the case to an advisor with an exposed identity. Fair enough. Symes is well, but no longer fit to work on Orwell. Moving forward, we will not speak about him again. He has been unpersoned. As far as you are concerned, he never existed. With yesterday's reveal of Orwell, sympathisers of this terrorist group have taken to the streets. Can't say I blame them. We need to show all of the nation Orwell is keeping them safe. We won't allow some fools to trample on everything we have achieved. We must first get rid of the imposter pretending to be Abraham Goldfels, find out who did it and where they are hiding. So, gosh, we've got a fair bit to look at. I mean, there are some conversations and emails going on. One from Goldfels. We'll take a look at that in a second. First things first, I'm going to take a look at the news headlines, see what that's got going on. It's always a decent place to start. The newspaper. When it loads, it's taking its time. There we go. Oh god, there's a lot of things that just popped off there. Negotiations going on with the Prime Minister, who just looks like an absolute spanner. Anti-Orwell protesters gathering at the Freedom Plaza. There's the irony for you. Symes' house got vandalised. If you don't upload his address, this doesn't happen. The address gets published in the newspaper, but there is the picture isn't of the place being vandalised with what looks like, well, it looks like blood, but we know it's probably tomatoes or something, or just paint and things. But yeah, his house doesn't get vandalised, which is interesting. So what the fuck popped off there? More emails. Alright, first things first, Joseph Langley's arrest record. Charged with funding of terrorist activities. Oh dear. Suspect protested and indicated discontent but offered no physical resistance. Yes, so let's take a look. The emails which are popping off. Subject, I am sorry. Ah, that's the one that he sent to Nina, or at least it was sent from this email account, but we know he's dead. So, thought must gather once again. Email has bobbed in to everybody, including Joseph Langley. From Gunther Ahrens. Members of Thought, my dear friends, as you have all experienced already, we are being besieged by the government. They have denounced us, called us terrorists, and turned the public against us. This will stop today. Their days are about to come to an end. I have a plan, but for this to work out, we must meet like we did in the old days, when we had our meetings at Cafe Chestnut. There we are, that's where we get our title from. We'll have, which is also again a reference to the original 1984 book, we will have a conference call at 4 PM sharp, because I'm well aware that a meeting in person won't work out for us. You need not fear surveillance. All has been taken care of. I will contact you, get in a safe position, and be ready. Ha! Now, there is a gimmick to this day, I believe, if my memory serves. A gathering. We know Goldfels is dead. Someone must be impersonating him. This is clear as crystal. I don't disagree. We must act swiftly and collect as much evidence as possible before this gathering commences. Thought is certainly up to no good. As you know, processing data chunks is time-consuming. I would say we have roughly 20 data chunks. That's what we've got time for. Be considerate. Yes, we have an upload limit on this day. And what we do next will determine what happens at the end of the story. Because this is the final chapter. There is only so much time that we have. The clock is ticking. Let's begin. Right, From Marker, however you pronounce it, the girlfriend he was posting about on his timeline the other day, to Harrison. You must think I'm stupid. First you don't tell me where you're going because you need to ghost, then hours later you don't answer your phone. So I called Pers asking for you, and she told me you were at Cyber Cafe Chestnut yesterday evening. Said you stormed in, furiously wrote something on your PC, promised outrageous blog post for Newspeak over, and then stormed back out the door, only to meet Juliet, meaning you're back in action with this shitty group and her? I can't believe it. So now I'm trying emails, so you can't dodge me any longer. You and me are done. Well, fair enough. That doesn't seem pertinent to the case. The fact that he was at the Chestnut Cafe is pertinent, so I'm going to bob that in. There we go. This is probably where Harrison did his dirty work, probably thinking we'll not be able to track him down. We will track him down. You're very intense, Catherine, I have to say. I have gone through the information we have on the remaining suspects regarding the impersonation of Goldfells. O'Donnell predicted the bombings. This alone makes him suspicious. Agree, but circumstantial evidence, we don't know that he planned it yet. We have no idea why O'Donnell hid the posts on 4blog in his timeline. Agree. We have yet to clarify why he would be frequenting a drugstore so often. Perhaps he provided the bomb materials. I mean, I don't think you can build an explosive device out of ibuprofen, I'm just saying. Why would he have 2 health insurances? Okay, that is suspicious. It is apparent that he might well be part of it. Yeah. Again, with circumstantial evidence. He's probably the one impersonating Goldfields. I want you to prove this and lock him up. Well, you're giving me a task there, which we don't necessarily know is true, but you want me to sway the narrative on him. Cyber Cafe Chestnuts, let's take a look. Internet's like a chestnut tree, ever-growing, branching, spreading, blah 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 blah. So it's an internet cafe. This is for lobby. High scores. Looks like a gaming cafe. Okay, yeah, people's scores. I mean, I've been to the local arcade to us, and I don't do terribly, but, you know, I don't spend all my time there, so I don't think I've ever been on many of the high scores, if ever. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Right. Meet your hosts at the cafe. There's Persephone, the founder, Ahmed, the rattlesnake, Martha, or whatever her name is. Her, okay. And Hancock is a former admin. Okay, he's an employee there. We'll come back to that. But we can look at these people. We can go on their page. We got the PC ID there, fair enough. I assume that means we'll get the PC ID from Harrison as well. We've got Ahmed's page. Marsa, I think it's Marsa. That's her phone. And we can upload his picture, but uploading the picture will take one of the data chunks away from us, so that would be a waste. We don't want to do that. And there is his PC ID. That is important. We will upload that in. So we'll look at that in a second. But the fact he's a former admin may be relevant. We'll park that info for now, but it's tangential evidence that connects him to the location, but we already know he was there, so I'm going to ignore it. Let's take a look at his computer. Is there anything new on Juliet's browser history? Or anything? No, there's something which it wants us to do on her computer, but I don't know what it is. We'll come back to that. Anyway, let's take a look at his desktop. TNO, the national opinion or whatever his document was. May have heard the TNB office is a bunch of cocksuckers. Okay, yeah, fair enough. We all knew this. Once upon a time, there was a daft punk who sought to build an activist group. Your activism isn't worth shit because peeps don't care. Okay, yeah, so that's his draft for trying to get back in, but his personal folder, system folder, browser history, that's going to be important. We'll look at his personal folder first. Your life trust invoice. Yep, okay, well we knew he had at least 2 life insurances, but there's the second one. It's covering family members. Okay, well that kind of clarifies that a little bit. Why would he own a health insurance for a family? I don't know, maybe his mum's sick or something, and she can't pay for it. She's also known as Dixon. Huh. That's a new alias for Juliet. We'll upload that. That could be important. Nina does not like me. I hope you didn't do anything wrong. Frankly, she scares me. Okay. We could meet at Cafe Chestnut tomorrow and talk about the success at Stelligan University. Chat session with Juliet's popping off. Juliet's work mail address. Now that's her uni email address, unless she's just carrying on using it. I don't know, we'll bob it in. But it does specify work mail address, but her ingoing and outgoing emails may be important? I don't know. Alright, let's take a look at his browser history. Wait, I forgot something. What did... Fuck off. Yeah, okay, whatever. God, he's a knobhead. Right. Juliet's phone. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. Harrison looked up Symes. Okay, well, we know he did that, but I guess it confirms it. Yeah. That's his phone ID. We are fast running out of data chunks. We've not looked at a phone yet. A new entry from Dixon, which is, yes, we know that to be Juliet. My mouse is freaking out. Give me a second. Right, there we go. Jules organised it. We know that. Nina didn't think it was enough. Juliet plans the Freedom Plaza protest. Huh. Okay. We'll put a pin in that and come back to it. Oh, and she's got a chat session with Initiate going on, but let's look at Harrison's phone. Yeah, he's a guitarist, isn't he? Chats with somebody called Judy. Angela is his mum, the person he bought flowers for. Okay. He even texts like my mum in all caps sometimes. So, there we go. Salvatore's... That's Martha, I'm guessing. Okay, his gallery. That must be his mum, okay. That looks like Juliet. Yeah. His contacts. Do we want anything from his contact page? Jules' phone number. I don't think we have her phone number yet. We'll take that. That's her personal phone. We'll add that in. Yeah, M-Babe is Martha. Cassie's... Yeah, keep an eye on her. I'm going to. Cassie's phone, we don't really need. Let's look back on his phone. In his emails. Oh, that's... On Harrison's personal mail, he sent to Nina, and he signed it as Goldfell's. So he was impersonating him. Well, we found out on his phone. That's incriminating. It was a him after all. Well done. Make sure we have all relevant locations where he might be hiding in his profile so we can make an arrest. There's 5 of them. We've only got 11 things left. God. Well, we know he lives in a bloody caravan, so I imagine it's going to be that one. Where's the location of the cafe? It doesn't say. Because if we knew where the location of the cafe was, then we could discount one of the locations from the last 24 hours. Okay, we'll come back to that in a moment, but let's go through these chats now. The chat session with Juliet. Because they are piling up, but we need to take a look at them. Harrison O'Donnell typing to Jules. Where the hell are you? Why did you leave Abe's? Our plan was to hide somewhere until we're no longer public enemies number 1 and 2. Yeah, that was before I found out what you did. You exposed the government employee. Take a close look at what happened and they're after us now for sure. Was that really necessary? Look at the TNB. We've developed a following. If they prosecute us now, there'll be a public outcry. Probably will be, yeah. This tiny crowd with their banners won't stop a thing. We'll be gone forever once they get us. This is why I had to leave. Did you get Abraham's email? Yeah, that was crazy. I know, all of a sudden he's back and he has a plan? I can't believe it. Where was he this whole time? Will you attend this gathering? In inverted commas. The plot thickens. I imagine she will. Of course, if Abe is there, we must attend. I'll hide away someplace. I can call in from my notebook. You should do the same, but don't hide anywhere you've been to the last 24 hours. They might check there first. My damn phone is gone, just like you disappeared this morning. You haven't seen it? You didn't take care of yourself? No, I haven't seen your phone. God, he types slow. Fuck it. Tried to track it down, but it doesn't send a signal. It's probably out of battery or something. Right, I'll go without it until the gathering. Yeah, until the gathering. Right, so they don't intend to go to anywhere they've been in the last 24 hours. Or at least Juliet is anyway, but Harrison's agreeing with it. But right, well, again, we'll put pins in these and come back to it. She's having a chat session with Initiate and being called by Victor Rosen, her boss. Right, phone call seems important. Phone call from Victor Rosen to Juliet. Carrington. Juliet, this is Victor here. Oh, hi Victor. I just talked to Maria. Why are you not at work? Oh, I sent a sick note. Didn't you no, you did not. You were here the entire weekend. That's what the tracker says, but no one authorized you to do so. Now that you are meant to be here, you are not. Also, what is this device registered under your account? This device ID does not belong to a company-approved device. You will explain these irregularities. I want you in my office as soon as possible. I don't think so. Well, I guess she just quit her job. That device ID seems important. We should probably put that in. That's probably her personal phone, let's be honest. She was in the office, just half our time is up. I know it is, don't remind me. Alright, let's see what this chat session with Initiate is about. Knock knock. Who are you? Name's Initiate. You must be the hacker friend. Yeah, the hacker guy Harrison spoke about then. Well, we already knew that. Rightio, that's me. So you hacked the Fort blog and you've been following us around. Pourquoi? What do you want? I want to know what happened to Fort. That's what I want. These bombings have been ringing in my head. And several other people's as they exploded, I imagine. And I just don't know. Was this Fort's work? Was it a government setup? No, we don't know that either. Listen, I don't know either, I'm sorry, but shit is majorly going down the drain right now. If you can help us, do it, please. I fear my help got you where you are right now. You helped to dox this Costigan. Harrison told me you wouldn't assist us. Don't talk so openly, though. Did you forget what's going on? Right, yeah, sorry. Can you do that again, what you did? Nope. Security's going to be tighter now, isn't it? So we can't do it again. They're going to track me down for sure. I barely got out the last time. I need more intel on this thing first. At the moment, I don't see a way. Damn. So, what are you doing? Oh, you don't know yet. Goldfels, who founded Fort, he sent us a message that Fort should gather once more. What, Abe is back? Yeah, he says he has a plan. You know him? Yeah, kinda. Where from? Coincidence. That's loose. Look, if you know Abraham, why don't you attend this gathering as well? It's going down 4 PM as a conference call. Give me your number and I'll invite you as well. No. Thanks, but no thanks. Sounds like a trap to me. You shouldn't attend either. It could be, yeah. It could be a trap. I'm pretty positive it's not. The email sounded authentic, but have it your way. I will. Good luck with this gathering. Whether it's a trap or not, we'll see, won't we? Good luck with finding out what's going on here. You're gonna need it. Right, let's look at the email again. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, signed Abraham Goldfels. The same way which Harrison signed the email which he sent from his phone to Nina. Right, so again, we'll pin the locations for now, but let's take a look at Juliet's phone. Huh. She has Goldfels' Gunther as her phone wallpaper. I mean, fair enough. She did study his course, but I wouldn't have my professor I took a photo with as my wallpaper on my phone. Just saying. Chat with Cassandra, which is going on there. Talking about going to a haunted house. She suggested that Cassie goes to the bus through Freedom Plaza, which is where we spotted her from right at the very beginning. Chat with her sister, which is going on. Nothing important there. Texting. Dad, I'm at work. A beautiful Sunday. Don't think I'll be able to come. You're lost. Why are you working almost every weekend? Did you miss a deadline? Company should be getting overtime. Poor choice to follow this Abraham creep. Just because he worked at Rosentech doesn't mean it's a good job for you. Abraham worked at Rosentech. Okay, I didn't know that. Well, I did, but... You are not supposed to follow Abraham Goldfels. He is dead. You're wasting precious time. I will upload what I think is necessary. And she's gobbing off at her dad. Dad, shut the fuck up. I made the right call. I know what I'm doing. How dare you talk to me like that? Don't even come home. You'll see. I'll make you see. Oh, okay. Anything in her gallery? Portrait with whoever the hell that is. It could be one of her sisters. I don't remember. Her contacts. Is there anything in here? Goldfels' phone. That's his home phone. There's no point uploading that. We know no one's going to use it because, you know, his home phone is dead. He's dead, and also his home was abandoned. Right. Locations of the last 24 hours where she's been. I don't think she's going to be at Rosen Plaza. I'm pretty sure that's the same road which was on Harrison's phone, which I'm guessing is the cafe. Alright, I'm going to grab a pen and a piece of paper and write these down. I'm going to do what I did for LA Noire. I'm going to make some notes. Bear with me a second. Right, I'm back with a pen and a piece of paper. So I can write down the locations on Juliet's phone and we'll see what corresponds. So 11 Stelligan. Right, let's take a look at Harrison's phone. Where is it? Tracking, okay. So that's Jules' phone. Hazard's phone. 16 Penn Street. Right, so making a list of everything that they have in common. Locations that they've both been to in the 24 hours, which is said they won't go to. They have both been to 11 Stelligan Avenue, so I can cross that off the list, as well as 22 Portobello Road. They've both been there, and to 16 Penn Street. We know that Juliet has been to Rosen Plaza all weekend on her device, and now she's not at work, so she isn't there. So I think for Juliet, at least, we can upload the location. Oh, her browser history is updated. Let's take a look at that first. Look at her webmail address at university, which is coincidentally just pinged in time with an email from Gunther to Initiate. Huh. Okay. And he's provided an IP address. That's suspicious. But we know the mail was sent from Harrison's phone. Okay. Right, so we'll go back to the insider. Back to where is she? There it is. So, no, that's her contacts. 401 Malloy Court is the most likely place that she's going to be, because she's been everywhere else at the same places that Harrison has been to, and that's her workplace. So she probably isn't going to be at any of those. I'm going to upload that one. As for bloody where's it gone? Harrison. Let's take a look at chat with his mum. April 16th, we'll be coming home today. We'll be there tomorrow. Not coming. We'll stay somewhere else. Jake's here. We're good. Okay. Right, so he could be going back home. We've got 2 locations for him. Right, let's take a look at what's going on. I'll come back to Harrison's browser thing. Contract information for Abraham Goldfels. He worked on Project Demiurge, which Juliet was asking about. Okay, we'll come back to that in a moment, but we know he worked at Rosentech. She's in chat with Initiates. We know Initiate docs Costigan, or assisted him in doing that. That makes him a target, though, because he already is a target, but he helps to do it. This Initiate is a nuisance. You must reveal his true identity. Might shed some light on what his motives are. You can actually uncover his true identity and find out what he actually looks like, because he's really a pug in sunglasses, obviously. We can dig into that, but I don't know if we have time to do so. Gunther has worked out a plan involving Initiates, but that was possibly sent by Juliet or Harrison. It's one of these 2. I think we can safely say we've narrowed it down to one of these 2. Right, I'm going to upload the locations of the 2. No, this is for Harrison. We've got to do this. Again, playing the bad guy, but 78 Orchard Drive and Outskirts Camping in Bonton are the 2 places he is likely to be, because those 3 he has in common with Juliet. So if they've got those 3 places in common, that's where they're not going to go. It's one of those 2. Yeah, his device is now offline. We can bin that. We don't need his notebook anymore. We know he lives with his mum. Just going through the info, there's got to be something else here we're missing. Picture doesn't really relevant. Again, running out of time. We've got 5 data chunks left to upload. I think we're done with the locations, and we've narrowed that down. I'll put my pen and paper back down to over there. Browser history. No, there's nothing going on there. Right. And Juliet we know to be Dixon Organised Freedom Plaza. That seems fairly relevant. We should put that in. But Project Demiurge, I want to know what that is. We've got to put that in. We know that it's linked to Juliet, and that's uncovered something. I command you to no longer dig around in Abraham Goldfell's past. I could easily turn you into a target person for disobeying me. You do not want that, do you? We could piss her off more. What is strange, though, is Carrington requested material on Demiurge. She did. She did. Oh. Fuck me. Again, chills. My body has gone cold. I, Abraham Goldfels, developed the so-called ethical codex for a project codenamed Demiurge, which has been renamed Orwell, and I have proof for everything I am about to write, cloned to a device with the PC ID. He wrote that and then privated it. This is the last blog post on the page. It's the last one. He literally wrote the book on what we're doing. The man we've been investigating this entire time. We have 3 data chunks left. Fuck me. Right, if I upload this, we have narrowed ourselves down to only a couple of possible endings. We could start looking into Initiate more if we find his contact connection with... yeah, we'll put that in at least so we know they're connected. They're going to try and attack Orwell once again. Well, let them come. Now I am become deaf, a destroyer of worlds. Yeah, okay. I am going to upload this, and it is going to piss her off. But I think we probably should. Ugh, so you know it now. Yes, we hired him for Orwell. This is his doing. It was me who wanted him on the project in the first place to get things right, to follow ethical standards. I mean, he taught media ethics, didn't he? So only very few people here knew that, and I wanted to make sure it stayed that way. Our most ferocious enemy worked for us, a person I chose. Now you know it all, discovered by the very tool it was all about. The irony is not lost on me. But very well, you chose to disobey. I warned you before. This will have consequences for you. It's almost 4 PM. We'll likely only have time for one more upload. Make sure it counts. And as you may have noticed, it's popped us up as a target person now. Working for Catherine. I do look how intimate this web has gotten over playing over the game for the past several days and who's connected to who and everything that's going on. Degrees of separation indeed. Right, so something has popped up on the insider page. Oh, that's his offline PC, which we can't access. We can only upload one more piece of information. That's all we've got. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I guess we put in that Juliet worked at Rosen all weekend and she wasn't authorised to be. That's the only thing I can think, really. Why was she at work then? That seems unusual. It's 4 PM. I'm getting intervention teams ready to check all the locations you've mentioned. We could just choose to upload all of those, but uploading all 5 of them would take half of our data chunks left and we couldn't get the other stuff. So, now to wait and see what happens. What's going on? I'm getting reports of... Oh. You have found enough material implying something is very wrong about Juliet. We knew that. Whoa. Orwell looks like it's freaking out. It is. We knew something was wrong about Juliet anyway. Someone is going for... This is not me. I'm not doing this. I think Orwell's been hacked by Initiate again. Or at least somebody. An email was sent to him with the IP address of sorts, wasn't it? So... Oh, there's a chat going on. Hello, is this working? Anybody here? I'm here. Harry, I didn't know if you would still be around. Seems neither Cassandra nor Joseph are here. They could be. They could be. Did you expect otherwise? I don't know. Somehow. We'll get back to that in a minute. Holy crap! What is this? Who are you? A fool who is baffled by the madness he just witnessed. Otherwise, Initiate. Well, glad you decided to join us. That's completely unintended. What do you mean? You're in the call, aren't you? Yeah, I'm also in Orwell. You're in Orwell? Abe sent me an IP address to get into Orwell. It makes hacking the damn thing incredibly easy. He did what? And that worked? Like a charm. I now kind of control the damn thing. It's really, really worrying. Come again? You have Orwell on a freaking leash? Fucking great. How does that worry you? My control is limited, and the Gov will get the control back at some point, but this isn't my primary concern. What makes me nervous is, why would Abraham have such extensive knowledge of Orwell? This whole thing reeks of an enormous trap. And this is the point where it gets even worse. I had a quick look at his file. You would not believe what it says. Abraham is dead. He died quite some time ago. Dead? No, how? He was very, very sick. Cancer. Ugh, you old fool. Why didn't you tell us? He gave Nina the orders for the bombings after his demise. This means someone has been setting her up real bad. Not only her, all of us. Who the fuck would do such a thing? The person working on this was clever. They found it all. They're talking about me. What did they find? Who was it? Everything here points to... you. Wait a sec. I can't fucking believe where this is going. Are you for real? Are you telling me you told Nina to place those bombs? I did. I'm not proud of it, but it had to be done. It was Juliet the whole time. What the hell? Why? You and Nina, you two ruined everything for Abraham and for Fort. So you decided that leaving me wasn't enough for revenge. You had to kill innocent fucking people and blame it on all of Fort as well? It was necessary. Only when things are at their darkest will people listen, take note, and actually enact change. Abe knew that. I know it was... extreme. Extreme? It's goddamn murder. I know, damn it. Believe me, I know. Your actions really screwed the members of Fort. Screwed them real good. Most of all Nina. Yes, she's dead. How can you justify that? What did you do all of this for? Fort needed to be destroyed. That was the whole point. Instead of seeking me out and arresting me, Orwell labelled you all as target persons and investigated you, screwed up your lives. People need to see how fucked up Orwell is. It's not protection, it's invasive and manipulative doom for everyone. No one is innocent and everyone is a suspect. Abe wanted to make the world stand up against things like Orwell. He knew how dangerous the project was, and that's why he worked on it. He did what? He worked on Orwell. This confirms what I feared, I don't want to believe it. If so, he could have gone to the media and made it all public, couldn't he? He was afraid. He thought nothing would ever change if he did. I mean, can you blame him? He told me everything, and only me. That explains the wallpaper on her phone. Funny, I just realised you're a much better, yet much worse activist than Nina or me ever could be. That's admirable, in a strange and very fucked up way. I still don't get it. Why draw all of this attention to Fort? You didn't convince anyone by your actions. Why this gathering? Why let me hack Orwell? I just needed to convince one person how faulty Orwell was. Costigan, the guy Harry leaked info about, was the man on the inside, only an advisor. The person who really has been spying on you is still around. The person who actually went through your stuff, passed on the data. The one listening right now, the investigator. That's right, I'm talking to you. To me? I knew you had to be around when everyone would come together and you had to be listening. Initially it was just a windfall, a chance to make sure you not immediately go up against us. Investigator, I have a question for you, now that you saw Orwell firsthand. Do you really think that this system will help anyone? Do you think the government would not spy on you as well? Did you think you were outside the system? Think again. They evaluate even you. Abe knew that, he saw the madness. They observe even you, the investigators. But we can stop it. You can. Remember, you became recruited for being outside of the system, outside of the nation. What if we show people what they store about you? That even you are not outside the system, that no one is. All you need to do, investigator, is upload the data they have on you, incriminating yourself. This is so mind-bogglingly stupid, Jules. Why would the investigator cooperate? The government will come after them. That's exactly the point. This evaluation is supposed to be a safety net so that no one misuses it. Acting on evidence is mandatory. If the investigator incriminates themselves, they will be forced to prosecute them and reveal this evidence that the investigators are actually being spied on as well, publicly. That is absolutely mad. I don't see this working. I would like to offer an alternative, investigator. It just so happens that a certain Catherine Delacroix is in these files too. I say we make use of that fact we have control over Orwell. Let's use it as a weapon and turn it against the government. There's something dirty to be found about Miss Delacroix for sure. Let them act on that evidence. Now we're talking. No, hurting her won't help much. She's just going to get replaced. This isn't the right way. Oh yeah, and fucking us all up was the right way then? Bullshit. But how can we trust this investigator to help us? Wait, what the hell? How did they... And Harrison's been arrested. One of the locations we gave was right. Seems he just fell prey to his great surveillance system. It's down to the two of us, as it seems. Well, my plan to gather support for you failed, investigator, but if you still want to fulfill my plan, go on and give Delacroix hell. You will find something dirty. Investigator, it's time to make up your mind. You can tear down the entire system, just complete my plan, please. I will turn Delacroix into a target person for you. I think I can easily activate access to her PC as well for you. Come on. There we are. Yeah, and that's bobbed in. When Abraham stopped his work for Rosentech and the government, he cloned all information he had and hid it in the office. He told me and I maintained it. The system is programmed to boot itself again in a couple of minutes. You'll have access to everything. You just need to find a UID of the device. I can't tell you here, now that Orwell isn't tracking data chunks. I have full understanding. If you judge and incriminate me for what I've done, I think I deserve it. It's up to you now, investigator. Do the right thing. Oh. And are we back? She might be our impersonator, but it's only one option. Considering we have proof against Harrison, we should go... Yeah, okay, we've just been through all that. Oh, finally, I thought this disturbance would never end. The back-end engineers say we had an unwanted guest. We already know who it was. It's Fort. It's about time to undo them. We must be strong, we must show these people what they are. The nation's safety is depending on it. Find a way to incriminate them together as a group. All we need is a hint that the Goldfelds intended this group to carry out terrorist actions. We could trace the attack back to a remote PC. I will now unlock this PC for you. Okay. We have choices now, audience. We have choices. The listener tool is done with for now. We go to the insider with all the PCs. We have access to Initiate's computer, Goldfels' computer, or Catherine's computer. We have already cut off one of the possible endings. What Juliet is talking about, we could go through with, we could incriminate ourselves. I mean, the file is open. We could do that. If we obeyed Catherine, then Initiate would unlock the file on us as well as the one on her. You can get Cassandra and Joseph into the group call that they were just all part of. If you don't get Joseph arrested, and if you don't upload information about Cassandra regarding her as being dangerous, she will get released. And you get an achievement for reuniting the pair of them. Nina, if she survives on day 3, will also join the call. But that avenue has been closed off to us, so those endings and that information and all that extra dialogue, which we'd need to replay the game to see, has now been cut off for us. Again, by dynamic storytelling, the fact that the paths in your story changes and your choices matter, I fucking love this game. It's so, so good. Right, so what do we want to do? Let's look at Initiate's computer first and see what he's got. Information on Juliet. Works at Rosentech, ex of Harrison, might be hiding something, or we know she is now. She was the one who planted the bombs. She was behind it the whole time. Ah, that is Initiate's real name. Mr. Fember van... I don't know how to pronounce that. Billion, I'm going to say. I'm assuming the J is silent. But that is his real name. So this is the hacker that's been causing all the trouble. He was an intern at Rosentech. We don't have a time limit on data chunks now. We can upload as much as we like. Again, unlike before. Harrison's... oh, that's the password for the web server. He unlocked it. His notes on... Let's see what else he's got notes on. Notes on Nina. Angry, angry, angry. Soldier in the army, has a kid. Don't think she's behind it. Joseph. No idea who this guy is. He's in contact with another hacker called Winston. We'll upload that. You hear about the bombings, was on the news here. Ah, so they're outside the nation. Know some peeps who might be behind it. Spoke to them, they claim the government's 2 possibilities. People are bullshitting me, or there's more to it. The two of them both know about Orwell. What's the connection to the Bonton bombings? The system entered a test phase on April 13th. Ring a bell. Holy crap, indeed. If I remember correctly, April 13th is the date when the actual novel of 1984 starts. I do have it on my shelf, actually. I could go look. Hang on. Right, I've got my copy of 1984 in front of me. I'm going to open it up to the first page. Scrolling through. Yeah, Eric Arthur Blair, we know who you are. Talking about the intro. Let's skip that. It was a bright cold day in April, and the clocks were striking 13. Winston Smith, his chin nuzzled into his breast in an effort to escape the vile winds, slipped quickly through the glass and the doors of Victory Mansions. I'm pretty sure it is April 13th. I just need to find where it talks about the dates. Just flicking through. Oh, no, it doesn't. Hang on. Okay, no, I'm not sure what the coincidence is, because if you flip a couple more pages in, it talks about Winston writing a note, and he dates it as April 4th. So maybe not April 13th after all, but there is some kind of coincidence here, but I'm not sure what it is. Okay. Abraham. Need to visit him, a rose, need to know what he does. He doesn't recognize me though. What the hell happened to him? Info on Cassandra. She was arrested. Info on Orwell, all the IPs. Okay. And a document called Big Brother. No coincidence, I'm sure. He's from Cape Town. From South Africa. Okay, so South Africa exists in this universe. Yeah, I mean, Germany existed as well, so... yeah, we got to upload the information about his sister, I suppose. Right, so... if we open Catherine's PC, I'm pretty sure she's going to shut us out immediately, so I'm not going to do it. So let's go back to the reader page. Information about Harrison. Yeah, he's been arrested for multiple incitement of murder. He was found alone at Orchard Drive. Okay, so that address was the right one. The outskirts was the incorrect address. So we wasted a data chunk uploading that one. Fair enough. But at least we got him, I suppose. Not that I feel happy about it. Okay, there's what Initiate actually looks like. He worked on in-house security. We'll search for this guy nationwide. We don't know if he's... I think he lives outside the nation now, but who knows? Maybe he emigrated as well, like Goldfels did, but... So... we have a choice. If we go back to the group chat, we can investigate Delacroix if we want to. Where's she gone? Where is she? There she is. I mean, we already had some information on her, but not much. So we can investigate her. Or we can... Let's look in Goldfels' computer, because she's not going to tell us off for investigating him now. Is that a reference to Franz Kafka? Interesting. I love Metamorphosis, it's a great story. I've got a complete collection of Franz Kafka's works somewhere, I'm not sure where it is. I think it's at my parents' place. Nothing in the trash. Project Demiurge information. Oh god, there's a lot there. Anything in his notes? A lot in his notes too. Private folder. Him chatting with Juliet about Orwell. Why didn't you go to the press? You suggested Nina and Harry have been right all along. If I had an answer, I would have done it, Juliet. He was the one who wanted Juliet to get into Rosentech to destroy his work. We'll make a note of that and come back to it. a letter from Eva, his daughter, I'm guessing. Speaking of Mum, I haven't told her I found you and I never will. I'm not mad at you, somehow I can't be. Certain you had your reasons, want to understand why you left us. I have no idea if you're interested. If you mean anything, I finished university, studied journalism, blah 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 blah. So his daughter found him, but he ignored it. Ah. This is a letter that he wrote to Nina, saying that he planned the bomb and told Nina to do it in February. But that could be Juliet still pretending to be him. Yeah, I will call upon you again. Not. When was this written? This was written in February 17th. Right, I'm not uploading that. He was dead. Look at the date. February 17th. He died. When did he die? He died on December 18th, 2016. This is dated from February 17th. That, if I upload that, that's the end. Orwell... Right, I'll tell you the end. If I upload this, Orwell goes live and is rolled out nationwide to everybody, and we get the bad, really bad ending. Or possibly the best ending if you're the worst kind of person. But yeah, that is an instant game over / end of story if I upload that. And we know he didn't write it. Orwell, the system does not have the context. It goes off of suggestions, off of information about everything else, as we've seen by this point. If I do, that's a bad move. I'm not going to put that in. In fact, I'm going to disable that, so I definitely don't. That's interesting though, but that is how you can trigger the bad ending. In the right, let's look at the Demiurge folder now. Ethical Codex, a lot of drafts of this Ethical Codex. I mean, I'm not surprised, it probably took a lot of work to it. Talking about the human elements of the draft. Restriction of discovery. Project Demiurge, authorization key. That's how to get it on. Okay, there's nothing useful in that folder. Let's look at his notes. Today I start work at Rosentech, got assigned to my own office next to Victor Rosen himself. Never felt so misplaced in my life. Constant feeling of not being involved is niggling me. March, April. Had a presentation where I learned the basic parameters of Demiurge. During the meeting I had a panic attack and nearly had to vomit. And they want an ethical codex. I am conflicted in what to think, how to feel about this. I thought I might be able to change plans from within to restrict this thing. Frankly, if I had any confidence in my ability to change it at all, that's all gone now. October of that year. Might be in luck. The development team has had severe problems with the application of their recognition algorithm to automatically detect and interpret relevant data so far. There are too many conflicts, too many applicable meanings. Well, this is still the case, but obviously it went live with that anyway. Might consider the use of a human element to sort out the misinterpreted and irrelevant data, which might make it a bit more humane. Oh, so the original system just didn't even have us, our character, involved, or a version of us. January 2014. The use of a human element, referred to as an investigator, has been confirmed by the project's leads and the government itself. To give one human the full ability to do the research at the same time and draw conclusions is too much power in one hand. The power will be shared between an investigator and an advisor. The latter shall be a government employee on the inside, while it's crucial the investigator is a person on the outside, so an unbiased opinion. Cannot overstate how glad I am the project lead is willing to follow my advice. But, again, we could deliberately choose to misconstrue information and then send that to them to act on. We've done that already. We've done that more than once. May 2014. Noticed a young man observing me closely from across the room. He worked for an internship in in-house security. Ah, well that's talking about initiates, that's how they met. Several years ago now. August 2014. Been working on separating persons of interests. Only a thorough consideration by the advisor and administrative staff can a person be considered a target. Should keep damage done to privacy to an absolute minimum. November 2014. Ah, and that's how I can incriminate myself. There we go. Development team has been conducted a first test in a fictitious setting. It's been disillusioning. Opened Pandora's box. The investigator somehow managed to convince the advisor that every single person in the test was suspicious, which turned all of them into target persons by bending the truth to their liking, and spied on all their documents. Person became labelled without looking at the full picture, without seeing the human being. Nothing worked as it was supposed to. To make things even worse, they introduced a third human element. To oversee it, they call it evaluation. The other two, to oversee the other two and to make sure the investigator and advisor do not misuse their powers. This defies the whole purpose of using the two elements. There are no ethics in this black hole, only a boot stamping on a human face forever. So even we are being monitored by Orwell. It says so itself. I'll come back to that. Notes for February 2015. I am at the end. I have my share and cannot continue my work. Project lead on Demiurge lied for massive manipulation, unrestricted mass surveillance, my ethical codex could be circumvented. How Orwellian the bending of the truth was. Everything the investigator could consider true became true. He just laughed. He laughed and said what a terrific name Orwell would be for the system. People would assume surveillance and safety with a name like that. I could not believe it. Are they going to use Orwell's name out of context and give it a new one? So the book is canon in this universe. The book is canon. It exists, just like Star Wars does. Interesting choice. This only proves that they have not understood a thing, and they never will. I have to make it stop in one way or another. It's not going to work from the inside. People must learn the truth. I must crucial that I undo any trace this might lead to me, or I'll fall prey to my own abomination. The only thing possible is cloning my entire PC onto a drive, which then must remain here, hidden somewhere. Perhaps I'll find a way to retrieve it later. So, that is how we get to the other ending, which Juliet was asking us to do, which is to incriminate ourselves. Because Orwell must act upon information, it will expose it, because it will become public. Right, and I'll upload the thing about him asking to destroy evidence, I guess? I can't remember if that triggers the game on... No, I don't think that triggers the game over him destroying the computer info. It seems Juliet didn't respect Goldfell's wishes. She should have. This proves she had the resources to impersonate him. The only thing missing now is the evidence that the impersonator incited the bombings. Okay. Right, so now if we go back to his PC... No, that's not that one. If I enable that again... No. We need to prove that she impersonated Goldfell's. Well, we know that she did, really. The chat with her dad. I mean, yeah, you see it. I'll make you all see. Very ominous. Is there anything else in the reader tool? No. We have two possible endings available to us now, if we wanted to do so. I'm going to close his PC off for a minute. There are two possible avenues. We can incriminate ourselves, or we can implement Orwell by saying that Goldfell's wanted the bombs to be planted. But we know he didn't write that, so I'm ignoring it. Because that is the bad ending. The good ending, I can't remember if it's a good ending or not. I think it's still a bad ending if we incriminate ourselves. If we open Catherine's PC, I think she switches it off, but there is another way to get access to it via some other means. I think if I go to the projects page, there's got to be something here. No, I don't think there is. It's on the projects page. It's saying there's something here. Oh, it's just because I didn't upload that, I think. Yeah, that's gone away now. If I open her PC, she's going to issue a warrant for my arrest, basically. I'm just going to do it, fuck it. Why are you looking at my computer? You're supposed to trace the source of the intrusion. You would not want to be assessed as a traitor, would you? See, as advanced as Orwell might be, it won't gather much from a switched-off computer. Goodbye, investigator. You'll find yourself wishing you had listened to my warnings. Yep, and she's switched that off now. But if I go into Initiate's computer somewhere, I'm pretty sure there's something in here. Somewhere is one of these things. It's one of these things. Just need to find it. Ah. But that also is a chat between the two of them. I missed this one. Maybe he did intend it all along. It doesn't say when this is dated from. I do appreciate your worries and understand them. Consider this endlessly. The result of consideration can only be to intervene. I can't risk telling you I will be placed at Rosentech. That is all I can say. The Gov has deprived me of a chance for a better future. A future of my sister here. I will not stand idly by while the most sane and intelligent person I know makes such a dick move to be corrupted by the government. Goldfells. The opportunity to have such an impact on our common future will only come once in a lifetime. That's bullshit. We can always do something about the government. Find some followers and build a group, just like me. Then we start a guerrilla war. Think through what you're saying, considering the chain of events this will set in motion. I will found a cell for this, and I will recruit members and call to arms. He did intend it all along. Shit. Well, we have... if I upload this now, it does prove what Catherine wanted, but we are also now still wanted by the police for breaching contract, basically. But that being said, even if we do that, we know we're being investigated upon based on the element which Goldfelds talked about, so... But... that is right there. But let's see what else we can investigate about Catherine, at least, if there's any more information I can get. There's got to be something. I can't remember how you get back into her computer. I've just remembered. If we go all the way back to the alumni page, she's on there, isn't she? Yes, she is. Because I just remembered that's where we got Joseph from. Information about him before when we couldn't find anything. So, where is she? We can upload information on her. And her picture. And everything else. But I think because her PC has been switched off, we can't do anything else. Yeah. I think we had to not open her computer. That was the mistake which we made. Well, you know what? We are playing the bad guy. Let's do a good thing. Hang on. Yeah, put disobedient in my personality file. Very funny. But let's go for this ending. I think there's only so much we could do. We've been playing the bad guy. Let's do something good. There we go. That's uploaded information about the Orwell internal evaluation on myself. This is what they think about me. that I extract obviously wrong information. I'm not very observant. I did that on purpose. Caused an investigation based on speculation. I flagged her as dangerous. Believes that she protected Carrington. Yep. Finds possible contradiction in statements. Now, I am observant. Provided material to pressurize Watergate during investigation. My investigations led to the death of Nina. We knew that. Causes an arrest to Langley, which they aren't sure is necessary. They think I obstruct investigations. I did note that Jules was at work. I found incriminating evidence, and I revealed that they worked on the ethical codex of Orwell. But they rate me as trustworthy. But this is my employee evaluation page, which I shouldn't have access to. So I can upload this information about myself and private as public, or I can incriminate all of Fort and get Jules and everybody else arrested. This is where I would ask you what to do, but you aren't here, so let's just go with this. I'm going to upload all the information about myself. Though this is probably a bad idea. Because I'm making myself a target, because Orwell's system is going to want to act up on this info about myself. Oh, there we go. Self-incriminating Orwell investigator causes a reveal at a project scale. Parliament is stormed by protesters about the surveillance program. Orwell has been terminated immediately, with the erasing of all stored data by an impartial agency. There is no evidence against Juliet Carrington, who was previously arrested. She aims to renew the Fort group. They welcome me to join them as an honorary member. The song which is playing is Die Ganden Sie frei, the forts are free, or however it is you say it. The symbolic act is an attempt to save the investigator from possible prosecution by exposing their role to the public, since the investigator broke national law. This is someone else investigating me. And this is Orwell. I bloody love this game. It is absolutely fantastic. If we were to upload the fact that Goldfell's planned the bombs all along via the email he sent and conversation he had with Initiate, then Orwell is rolled out and everyone is arrested, and I am praised as a hero of the nation instead. But I am still being supervised. The fact that I triggered Catherine's PC to shut down means that I would then be wanted for arrest. So if I don't do that, then I'm praised as a hero. The fact that I've done that means that my efforts are rewarded, but I am now a fugitive and I am on the run from law enforcement, or my character is anyway. I could incriminate Juliet even more and prove that she was impersonating Goldfells, and then she would get arrested, and Orwell would still get rolled out nationwide, and anyone who is a member of Fort would be seen as a terrorist, and the warrant would go out for Initiate's arrest. If I investigated Catherine properly, I would be able to unlock her phone, and I would find a text message between her and the Prime Minister saying that there are two things which she says. One thing is that she thinks the bombings were a good thing, which means they could roll out Orwell early, or she was the one who leaked the information about Fort to the National Beholder. It wasn't Symes, it wasn't Joseph, it was her. She was the one who did it, because she's the only other senior who had access to the information which Symes was talking about. So we could get that action. Juliet would not be arrested. Harrison, Cassandra, Joseph would all get let go. Fort would be praised as heroes. I would be praised as a hero, and Orwell would be dismantled. Catherine would be arrested instead, but someone else gets elected to office. The safety bill would be rescinded, and the Orwell system would get shut down, as I say. But there are multiple possible different endings you can get, including all of those which I discussed, and there are slight tweaks and things which you can get to them depending on which choices you make, whether Nina is still alive, Joseph being arrested or not. But I love this game. It is so good. It is absolutely fantastic. It's well written. I love the world that it crafts, the music, the plot twists. Like I said to you right at the very start, with all the plot twists as this game went, as it went along, people were theorizing left, right and center. The discussions on the forums trying to work out who it was, trying to work out what happened, the twist when Goldfels was revealed to be dead all along. This game is a work of fiction, names, characters, businesses, places, and events, and instances, and a product of the author's imagination, blah 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 blah. But yeah, titles used with permission of the estate of the late Sonia Brownell Orwell. Excuse me, I couldn't pronounce that name properly. Sorry, but yeah. Osmotic Studios, you have written an absolutely fantastic game. This is absolutely incredible. I did a couple of things wrong, I suppose. I did some things wrong on purpose, but I figured we should do the right thing at the very end. Initiate Jules's plan. And yeah, that is the sequel, Orwell, Ignorance is Strength Season 2. We could choose to play that. Let me know if you want more from this game. If you're wondering how there could be a sequel with Orwell being shut down at the end, well, that's because it takes place at the exact same time. The stories run concurrently side by side of something else which is happening further in this world. And the lore just expands. I really wish they produced follow-up sequels with Season 3 and Season 4, with the other mantras of the party from the original book. Ignorance is strength, war is peace, and freedom is slavery, I believe, are the three tenements of the party. But I don't think they're going to be working on Orwell again anytime soon, because it has been several years. But I really wish that they would. This has been an absolutely wild ride from start to finish. Let me know if you were right. Did you work out the mystery in the end? Did you surmise what was going on? Did you know the entire time, or were you as confused and led along as I was? Did you see some of those twists coming? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you like the video if you did. Subscribe for more games coming very, very soon. I believe we've got our Halloween special on the way very, very shortly. If you've been enjoying the horror games we've been playing on the channel lately, please let me know about that too. And I hope you had a good time with this as much as I did. This is one of my favourite games of all time. It is absolutely fantastic. I have enjoyed thoroughly playing this again for the first time in several years. It's been a wild ride from start to finish, and I appreciate you joining me for it. Until I see you again, take care, stay safe, and all being well, I will see you again sometime very soon. Ta-ra for now. Goodbye.